think this is it.
Shut up.
What?
Shut up. Where is all your power gone?
I can't.
Use it! Do you remember when Grimjow had to do a Roblox zombie to get his partial res?
No.
Don't you remember when Ichigo had to clear 170 raids for his full power?
No.
Well, that doesn't matter. Who do you think you are? Are you Nano Prodigy? Did you take back shots for your strength?
No.
Was your power bestowed unto you?
No.
Then use it.
So, man, trying
What you just saw was a recreation of a raid clip that really shows how it feels to play as a full power Arrancar once you get your full res. I was able to kill at least 6 Soul Reapers and a Gladiator and single-handedly carry this raid for my team. Make no mistake, once you get all this power, you are really, really strong, and if you're as lucky as me, you probably spawned with one of the 2 legendary resurrection abilities. Like, watch this. Send my dog out right here, Sarrow this guy, get him with a full Hocket of speed combo, and boom, now he's dead. But do you understand what it took to get to this point? If you've never played an Arrancar or a Vastacar, then probably. But if you haven't, then you have no idea how painful it was in the early days of Type Soul to even get Arrancar. Nowadays, you just eat the worm, kill 15 Menos NPCs, and boom, you're Arrancar. But when I started playing, you farmed other hollow NPCs for 2 to 3 hours before getting Menos, and then, as a Menos, you didn't even know about the Menos Forest, so the best you're gonna get is 1 Menos NPC every like 10 minutes from random spawns. I spent 4 hours farming regular hollow NPCs to finally get Adjectives so I could rip my mask off. But don't even get me started on Vasto Lord. Vasto Lord has to be one of the worst things in any Roblox game I've ever seen. They did change it, but still, you need to kill 50 NPCs that are at your power level to get 1/50th of the progress required for Vasto Lord, and then once you finally get it, you have to kill a boss. And then guess what? If you don't kill the boss, you can never become a Vastacar. You literally get locked out of it. And the only thing you get after doing all this work is a slightly better Sarrow and 5 extra stat points. And the alternative is even worse because you have to farm on average 4,000 raid or boss fights to get Vastacar through the Hogyoku fragment method. So actually, during the recording of this video, they made some changes, so quick note here, it only now takes about 110 raids to get Vastacar from the Hogyoku fragment method in raids. But even after all of this, after you get your Arrancar, Adjectives, you start at grade 5. 5? 5! So you're telling me when I first started playing, I put 5 hours of work into getting the same power level that a Soul Reaper starts with? I'm grade 5. The Soul Reaper with 10 minutes of playtime is grade 5. Why do I start at grade 5? Looking back on it now, this isn't that bad because of how fast Fishbone to grade 5 can take now, because I can probably get it in like 20 minutes. But initially, I was so angry to find out I went through 5 hours of work just to be the same strength as a Soul Reaper 5 minutes in. And this was back when Arrancars were the worst race. This was even worse. But don't even get me started with the missions. At grade 5, fighting 2 Arrancar NPCs who are about as strong as a grade 2 or 3 is not easy. The best method I had was to run away and let them hit each other for like 5 minutes until they were both dead. But this was terribly slow. Eventually, I just had to have my friend, who was at the time semi-elite Quincy, carry me until I hit grade 3. From there, everything was pretty smooth until I hit grade 2. You see, I hadn't gone for my resurrection at grade 2, because I didn't want to server hop to find some dumb NPC. No, instead I thought, what if I become the strongest hollow without a resurrection? That would be badass. Imagine soloing people with 1/3 of the power. You would be like the blonde guy from Jujutsu Kaisen. But in actuality, this just makes the progression past grade 2 insane and boring. And the reason for this is raid grips. Raid grips are kills you get within raids, but if you've played this game, you would know there's no such thing as a fair raid. Usually one side is vastly outnumbered, and even when numbers are fair, getting a raid grip is usually impossible because if you try and get one, you either get 1v5 by Soul Reapers, or your stupid teammates who are around your level trying to steal your raid grips for their own progression. Like, I put all this work into killing a guy, and then you come along to steal my kill and attack me when I try and stop you? But as I said before, raid grips aren't the only thing that starts at grade 2. There's partial resurrections, but also Sero paths. The most popular paths are grab for combos and auto execution at the end of combos, blade for raw damage and range, and tri-beam Sero for boss raid and keto builds, and being annoying as fuck. Tri-Sero users have sold me more than anyone else ever. I could be in an intense 1v1 across the map, and mid-combo I get hit by my teammate's Tri-Sero that he wasn't even aiming at me, and then proceed to drop my entire health bar. I hate you if you use Tri-Sero. You always somehow find a way to sell me. Whenever I have a Tri-Sero user on my team, it goes from a 2v2 to a 1.5v3 because you're hurting me more than you're helping me. But enough about Sero paths. We need to talk about the resurrection. Partial resurrection is the Shikai equivalent for Arrancars. To get it, you need to find an NPC girl, carry an object across the map to a pit, and then jump into that pit. Getting to this pit on its own is its own entire thing. You need to carry your item to this pit at a walking speed without being able to Sonito or dash. Then you need to worry about NPCs attacking you, or even worse, brain-dead players who go out of their way to make your day worse. And then when you finally get there, you have to do a Roblox obby. But guess what? The obby is so easy. It's insanely easy. And then once you get to the final jump, you die and have to wait another hour before attempting it again. The way you actually do this stupid jump is by taking off your capes and cloaks, lining yourself up in first person, and then walking halfway off the stud and jumping off sideways in shift lock. Like, how was I supposed to know that the first time without looking it up? I failed this 4 times, but it was all worth it because little did I know I actually had Stark, a legendary resurrection ability, on spawn, making it all worth it for me. So, I continued to play the game. This res made it so much easier to get raid grips. The dog combos into the Sero, and the Sero auto-executes low health players. Sometimes, the auto-executes in this game don't really work all the time. I don't know why. Regardless, from ranks 1 to elite grade, the rest was just so easy. The only problem was this damn rank up timer. After a certain point, I was just forced to get off the game. Like, literally, I would farm raids, farm missions, farm players, and then I would get off around 11 p.m. and go get some bitches. Or I would go to sleep because I'm too tired from all the grinding to do anything else. Then I wake up at 6 a.m., go to the gym, come home, take a shower, get on Type Soul, and boom, grade up. Why does the game lock content behind a time barrier? Who said this was a good idea? Who on the dev team thought, hey, what if we just made it so the player could only play our game for a certain amount of time every day? And why would you say that? At least all the barriers were at most the time I would spend off the game, so the next time I got on, I would be the next grade so I could continue farming again. So, going to elite grade from grade 5 only took about 3 to 4 days. And actually, this game gets easier the more you grade up. Lots of people complaining about being bad at PvP when they're literally grade 2. The higher you grade, the more skills you get, the more tools you have to do sick-ass combos like this. The more you play, the stronger you get, the better you will naturally become due to this increase in utility. Once you're elite grade, the game gets easier until you have to prepare for the ultimate grind. Full Resurrection, Vorstandig, and Bankai. What do these 3 have in common? At my time, 170 raid grips, 40 elite kills, and a stupid 3rd stage. Now it's only about 100 raid grips, but the 40 elite kills and the stupid 3rd stage still remain. This is what I've worked for. You don't even understand the agony of full res or Bankai in stage 1 like 3 weeks ago, because they recently made it way easier to get, so I was doing all that 3 weeks ago when it was about 70% harder. There's 3 methods to getting it. Stay ranked for 10 hours straight, in-game, so you can't log, win 170 raids, or heal enough players in raids. The most consistent and straightforward is the 170, now 100 raids. I was able to complete 140 raids in 2 days of non-stop grinding, and on the 3rd day, I finished stage 1, stage 2, and then I got to stage 3, which I then beat the day after that. It took me about 4 days total to get full res. But you need to understand the pain of stage 1. As an Arrancar, you have to go to Wandenreich for your raids. Why? I don't know. There's just nobody ever there except for Arrancars. But oh my god, the raids are terrible. brain dead teammates hitting you at the beginning of raids, which is even worse now because the new raid system requiring you to do damage, Arrancars opening Garganta portals on top of you, or even using double portals to trap you, the game glitching you in Gladiator when it's finally your turn to fight, your teammates 3v1ing you and force glitching you because they found out you're a YouTuber, the pain of server hopping for raids and seeing only the Roblox server full message for hours on end, people hitting you and running away when you're trying to server hop, Quincy's leaving the server because Arrancars are ganking them pre-raid, so the raid never starts. All of these things make me crazy. I hate Arrancars. I'm an Arrancar, and I have had to deal with Soul Reapers, Quincy's, but my time doing these raids has made me hate no one else except for Arrancars. I hate Soul Reapers, I hate Quincy's, but whenever I see an Arrancar, even if they're not doing anything to me, I think back, what happened when I was doing raids? And it just all comes back, and I hate you.
Oh, I can't run and press shift. I can still use all my moves, block and parry. I just can't run. And we won! I'm going insane!
You don't even understand the pain if you've never gone for your full power mode. And after stage 1 comes stage 2. Kill 150 hollows, 40 elite grade non-Arrancar player grips, and 3 Bawa Bawa worm kills. This stage took me 2 or 3 tries, and eventually I got mad and just started ganking Soul Reapers because I only died because I got 3v1 by 2 Shinigami and a Quincy. But that's not even the end. In stage 3, you have to do a stupid maze that's RNG based. You have to talk to the hollows and find the one who will restore your primal strength. This would be fine if it wasn't like a 2% chance for each individual hollow, and if you fail you need to grip 2 non-Arrancar players and then go meditate for 10 minutes in the Meadows Cave every single time. But once you finally get your res, once you finally reach your true power and potential, nothing can stop you.